What's up, you guys? It is now 2 days out for me from the Wasatch Warrior Pro. Today, I thought I would take you through a full day of eating because today we're going to be having some good food. We're going to be pushing some food today. Still nothing different too much besides later in the day we got to add in some rice cakes and honey. So that's going to be a nice top off at the end of the night and should really help me sleep. So we're going to start out with meal one. Meal one, we got 126 grams of cream of rice, 4 whole eggs, 100 grams of blueberries, and then 150 grams of banana. And then we're going to do still 6 liters of water today, but we're going to space out the water evenly throughout the day. Check in between meals so coach could see how my body responds with specific meals and a certain amount of water and a certain amount of sodium. So everything's very strategic at this point. Every little thing matters. Every little thing can either make or break you at this point. You can have a perfect prep, but if you mess this part up, it could ruin your prep. So make sure you have somebody in your corner that can really make sure that they're keeping you on track and not spilling you over and ruining your whole look within those last couple days. So yeah, that's meal one. With meal one, we're gonna be doing 500 milliliters of water and then 1/4 tablespoon of pink salt. An hour after that meal, I'm gonna be weighing myself, sending it to coach, so that way he could see how my body responded with weight fluctuation from this morning fasted and with one meal in. And then we'll go to meal two. But I'll show you meal one right after it's done. Time to mac down. And you can't forget the cinnamon, ground cinnamon on top of that to top it off. Come on now. And then we got the 500 milliliters of water with this meal. All right, you guys, so it's been 1 hour since meal one and that 500 milliliters of water. We were 178.6 this morning. Yeah, 178.6, so that's a new low that we have woke up at on prep. That's with pushing food throughout the week, so the body is primed, utilizing everything good. So we're gonna see where we're at with a little bit more food today, as today's the bigger push. And after first meals, we kind of have an idea of where we're at. Let's check it. Well, it said 182, but I weighed myself before holding the camera and close before making this video, and it was 180.6. So can't have it accurate with this in my hand, but we are 180.6 after meal one and more food. So I'll see you when we start our meal two, so you can see what we're doing with meal two. So until then, see you at meal two. All right, you guys, we are now about to eat the second meal of our day, which is going to be our pre-workout meal. So after this, we'll give it about an hour. I got to weigh myself again, send it to coach, and then we're going to head to the gym. So we got 126 grams cream of rice. Let's see if we can get it on the dot. Come on. Bam, 126 grams on the dot. And then we got 300 milliliters of water we gotta do. Actually, I'll just use this. Let's zero it out. Good ml. Make this a little closer. I don't want to use the fridge water I have just because it's cold, so it makes it more clumpy when the water's like cold. Little tip. Right. So we'll go 3 minutes on that. While that's waiting, let me show you guys how bad it is snowing right now. I've actually never seen snowfall. This is the first time I've seen snowfall. I was sitting on the couch watching my YouTube, and I get up to come make my meal, and I turn around and I'm like, holy shit, that is crazy. Check this out. Check this out. Tell me this is not crazy. Look at that. It's like pure white. Never even seen snow fucking fall before. Hopefully I could pump up backstage. It's gonna be crazy. I still gotta go driving this shit. I've never drove in this shit before. Grocery store. That's gonna be real fun. I didn't really pack for this. I got a jacket and fucking some sweats. That's about it. So, yeah, we will be freezing our ass off today. So, yeah. But we also have with this meal, we're gonna do 100 grams of banana. Dude, I've been smacking bananas. I'm so stoked. And then we got the 20 grams of almond butter with it. And then we're gonna do our 100 grams of chicken, no more powders, just to help with digestion. So just 100 grams of chicken breast. And how I cook my chicken, I just crock pot my stuff. It's so simple. I even crock pot all my sirloin steaks. I'll buy like the big pack from Costco, throw it in the crock pot, do it for like an 8 to 10 hour cook, and then it's perfect. It stays moist the whole time, so that way, like after days, it does not go dry. It's the way to go. Crock pot's the way to go to get meal prepping done. Easy, simple. You throw it in there. You can go work all day, do whatever you need to do. You don't need to be standing there cooking all day. So no excuses with freaking meal prepping. Crock pot is the simplest thing, and then you got a rice cooker. You're done. Crock pot, rice cooker, air fryer to throw your veggies in. You're done. So I don't want to hear no excuses when people say I don't have time to cook, blah blah blah. Everybody's got an asshole, just like everybody's got an excuse. So don't tell it to me, because I ain't gonna fucking listen to it. And then we're gonna do the 1/4 table of pink salt with that, and then 500 milliliters of water. So I'll show you the end result once we get this all mixed up and made. There it is. We got the banana, almond butter, chicken, and cream of rice with some salt. And now, to top it off, we gotta throw some ground cinnamon on there. All right, what's up, you guys? So we are back at the Airbnb. Look at that, nice and sunny out now. No more snow. Freaking crazy. It was like blizzard and out sunny. But anyways, our post-workout meal, we got 450 grams jasmine white rice, 50 grams of dates, 100 grams of chicken breast. So protein is lowered just to help with digestion. Now it's just about pushing carbs and simple sugars. And then on top of that, we got our 200 grams of pineapple here. And then I have 1/4 tablespoon of pink salt. And then our 1 liter of water with 2 scoops of glutamine, because we just finished training. Yeah, so the Butler Gym just gave me this hoodie too. They're like, you're a San Diego boy, it looks cold, so go ahead and take this hoodie. But yeah, we're back. We're about to mac down. A little behind on meals, but we got a lot of food to eat today. Stay tuned for meal 4. So this is our 3rd meal today. We'll be on meal 4 next. And then we still had 2 more meals. So we're going to be staying up a little late tonight just to get food down. But after I eat this, I got to do my whole shaving process and all that stuff. Shave my ass, shave my legs, shave my face. The whole shabam. But I'll catch you on the next meal. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we just finished our shower, shaving, got all that bullshit done, cut myself only 5 times this time. I hate shaving my face with a razor. I cut it at least 3 times, 3 different spots. I ended up shaving fucking part of my sideburn, so now I got a little missing piece of my sideburn, but whatever, fuck it, you're not gonna see it on stage. But now we are making meal 4. We got just basic chicken, rice, pineapple, and some almond butter right now. So right now we got 350 milligrams, or 350 grams. All these carbs are getting in my head, I can't think. 350 grams of jasmine white rice. I had made some in my rice cooker I bought at Walmart. I always buy a rice cooker when I get anywhere out of town. They're 20 bucks. Cheap rice cooker, and then I just leave it, throw it away when I'm done. But it's always better to have it ready, make some extra, than be like, I should have enough, and then you don't have enough. And then tomorrow I'm scrambling to, you know, try to make more rice, and I got check-ins and tanning and all that stuff. So always be prepared so you're not having to, you know, all of a sudden scramble and stress yourself out. Anything you could do to limit stress on show day, or, you know, just leading up to show day is huge. So make sure you prioritize, you know, as much as you can with leaving less stress on yourself. So we got 350 grams of jasmine rice. Then we only got 100 grams of chicken breast. Again, protein is lower just to help with digestion. Because at this point, we're not putting on muscle. At this point, we're just filling out our muscles with glycogen. So that's gonna be carbs, simple sugars, and fats. Bam, 100 grams of chicken. And then I'm gonna cut this up a little bit. There's a little bit bigger chunks. Always my meat, I like to make sure it's really fine. Just makes it easier to mix around and eat, make concoctions. I don't know if you guys ever remembered, you know, I'm sure some of you, a lot of you have seen on my Instagram story in past preps, I would make my victory mush with eggs, cream of rice, chicken, just blueberries, and mix it all in one. I'll still knock that down. It's still good to me today, but I like my concoctions. It's probably just a prep thing. You guys probably think I'm weird, but yeah. So we got 20 grams of almond butter. You could always replace almonds with almond butter. If you have almonds on your plan, you'd rather have almond butter, you could replace it hand in hand. It's the same shit. For me, I do almond butter. First, it tastes a lot better. And second, it's better on my teeth. I got shitty ass teeth. So, yeah, I gotta make sure I'm smart with all that. A little bit too much. 0.1 off. It's gonna buzz the shit on you folks. Okay. So boom, got that. And then I'm gonna do my 1/4 tablespoon of pink salt. Boom. I like to put it on the almond butter because then when you mix it around, the almond butter is a little bit more like sweet and savory, or sweet and salty. And then I take my topping, take another bowl, put it on top. That way it kind of steams it together. Throw it in there for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That way it's nice and steamed, warm, and then it's easier to mix around. The almond butter just mixes in there very smooth. I'm gonna wait to do the pineapple just because I'll just put it on that other bowl so I'm not wasting bowls. But now that that rice is gone, see, glad I made more rice because we got a lot more rice to eat later in the day. Later tonight, I still have 2 more meals, so we're gonna be staying up, probably falling asleep, waking up, eating, falling asleep, waking up, eating. At least I hope. That's the plan, is to be able to take a nap. If you guys are trying to lose weight, gain muscle, sleep is extremely, extremely important. If you're only getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, your cortisol goes up, your body's not going to respond, it's stressed out. No matter how on top of you are on your plan, or, you know, like cutting calories and stuff like that, that's not going to do the trick. If you're not resting, recovery is not on point, then your body's not going to respond. It's going to reverse. So you're going to wonder why I dropped my carbs. I've been doing more cardio. I don't understand why my body's not responding. Well, how much sleep are you getting? Oh, I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. Well, there you go. Your cortisol's up. Your body's not properly recovering, so your body's going to hold on to body fat and water retention. So if that is an issue for you, make sure you really prioritize sleep. At least 6 to 7 hours. At least 6 to 7 hours. And then now we got the water, another liter, so I will have 2 more liters after this. Go to the fluid ounces. This guy should be, I froze this gallon earlier, so now it's all melted, good to go. Now we got cold water. Cold water is just, first off, I hate drinking plain water. So right now, I can't put no BCAAs or flavor or artificials in my water. So cold water is the easiest for me to get down when it comes to this point. Boom. 1 liter of water. Also today I did a full body workout. I did 3 leg exercises, kneeling, hamstring curl, isolation. I did a leg extension, and then I did leg press. All just 3 rounds, 12 to 15 reps. I'm gonna be posting that reel on my Instagram. And then after I did legs, I did just 1 set of back, 3 rounds. I did a T-bar row. That feels best for me. And then I did an incline plate loaded on the Nautilus, kind of what you used in my recent YouTube video, but just incline version versus the flat. And then after that, we just did some light dumbbells, some side lateral supersetted with a couple fronts, just 3 rounds. And then we did 1 isolation bicep, and then we did some dips at the end. So that was just to help, you know, push the carbs and stuff like that, especially as we were pushing a lot more food today. And body's responding well. My weight cap is 182. After all the food I've eaten so far today, this is going to be my 4th meal. I'm only 183, so that's a great sign. I usually drop about 5 to 6 pounds overnight. All right, bam, steamy. Will be easy to mix around. So now we got our 1 liter of water, 350 grams jasmine white rice, 100 grams of chicken breast, 20 grams of almond butter, 1/4 tablespoon of pink salt, and now we got 200 grams of pineapple. The reason for the pineapple, it's not the sugars and things like that. Yes, it is a little bit about the simple sugars, but pineapple actually helps your body break down bigger carb meals. So it's a natural digestive, so that is why we do the pineapple. And it's 200 grams. And I freaking love pineapple, so thank God that is a thing, because I love pineapple. And I'll probably cut it up and throw it in my chicken as well. Little pineapple chicken deal. You know what I'm saying? Getting creative. Bam. And I thought I bought more pineapple today because of mine. I have a whole big ass thing of pineapple from, who was it? Albertson. It was like the family pack, and I've eaten the whole family pack in 2 days. And to top her off on the chicken and rice, we're gonna go with a little bit of cinnamon, just ground cinnamon. That's it, just a little bit. But here it is, Meal 4, chicken, almond butter, rice, pineapple. All right, catch you on meal 5. So it's 8:50 right now, 9:50, so about 9:25, 9:30 will be my 5th meal, and then probably around 11 o'clock will be my 6th meal, which is my last meal. And I am so stoked for my last meal. It's I get ground beef, no, I get sirloin steak, and the addition that I'm excited about is rice cakes with honey. I'm gonna wake up pretty tight, nasty, veiny tomorrow. All these simple sugars and carbs. This is where shit gets fun. All right, guys, catch you on meal 5. All right, guys, we are now on to meal 5, second to last meal. It is 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. here in Salt Lake City, Utah. So that means it is 10 p.m. in San Diego. Honestly, this 1 hour has been messing me up because I'm so used to like trying to go to bed at 9 in San Diego. But today we got to load food, so we got to stay up and get our meals in. So meal 5 is going to be 350 grams of white rice. Got some nice fresh rice here at least. I have been perfecting cooking rice. These last freaking like 4 months, I've been able to perfectly cook rice. A lot of times before I would put water and then it'd be too dry, or I'd put too much water and it'd be too mushy. But I think I found the trick, which is just getting better at eyeballing. Really no trick. No trick, but I'm figuring it out. Alright? Figuring it out. Bear with me, I'm half asleep. Okay, now we got 130 grams of sirloin steak. Like I said before, with the sirloin steak, I put it in the crock pot, so it makes it easy. You can see here, all grounded up, still fresh, juicy. After it's done cooking, I'll take the juices and I'll just dump like maybe 2 tablespoons on top of the meat when it's sitting in the bag and put it in the fridge. It just helps keep that meat a little bit more moist and it won't dry out. So 130 grams sirloin steak. Bam. I'm super excited for the sirloin steak right now because it's been nothing but chicken and eggs. Chicken and eggs. Chicken and eggs. Come on. Okay. And then we have asparagus this time. 50 grams, just a little bit. And why are we doing asparagus? Does anybody know? Well, that is because asparagus is a natural diuretic. It helps flush water out of your body. So when Coach tells you to eat asparagus, you're gonna eat fucking asparagus. Because there's always a reason for everything. And that is why you hire a coach that knows his shit. And I know my shit. Trust me. I have been doing this for almost 11 years now. Almost 11 years. I have worked with many coaches, done many schooling, but the most I have learned is from honestly just prepping and off season and learning, you know, asking questions of why are we adding this in? You know, what are the adjustments here? What is the reason for asparagus? What is the reason for pineapple? Why can't I have zucchini instead of this? You know, so ask questions. You know, that's why you have a coach, and that's how you learn. Make sure you get your money's worth. And you know, pick up some knowledge yourself so you understand why you're doing these things. All right. So now we got that. And then we have 50 grams of dates. So now we're gonna have a salty, sweet, and savory. I bought some organic dates instead of the pitted. So when you buy the pitted means there's no seed in the middle. And when there's no seed in the middle, those dates are actually more like dried out. When there's the seed in the middle, they're a lot more like soft and chewy. So, little tip, just make sure you take the seed out so you don't break your tooth. I did that one time. And that's why I cut up my food, because my teeth are fragile and my bite is too strong. So don't make me bite you. Okay. And then I cut up the dates really small. That way it's spread around evenly throughout my meal. Not just eating one big clump. That way I get a little bit of sweetness with every bite. Okay. But tomorrow is gonna be a nasty, nasty look. So we are feeding the body some good ass food, some great simple sugars, some good carbs. And then we got 1/4 tablespoon of pink salt. And then on top of that, we have our 1 liter of water with this meal. All right, again, I like to throw the lid on top to steam it. Keeps the meat actually from drying out. So when you cover it and you cook it like that, it keeps the meat from drying out. Okay? Alright? Bam. There she is. That is the end product. Dates, sirloin steak, jasmine white rice, and asparagus. Until next meal will be meal 6, and then we're going to bed. Peace. Alright, what's up you guys? So this is now meal 6, last meal before we hit the bed. We got the 100 grams of chicken breast, 250 grams of jasmine white rice, 32 grams of almond butter, and then we have 50 grams of asparagus spears, 10 grams of honey on this. Here's the final product. Okay. And then we got our 3 rice cakes right here with the honey. Hopefully I don't drop it. Boom. And that is the last meal before bed. Tomorrow we are 1 day out, and then we're going to go whip some ass on Saturday. You know, I love being the underdog because they're not expecting me to come up there and whip some ass. So if you want to stay tuned and watch me compete on Saturday, make sure you pay attention to my stories, or you can go on the Wasatch Warrior Instagram page and watch it live. It's going to be 11 a.m. San Diego time. That's when the pros go on. So I'd probably say I'll be on around 11:20 to 11:30. So yeah, if you want to watch, support your boy. Comment down below. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what you would like to see next. Thank you for watching.